Well, that's not Genesis at Oasis at all. But fortunately, this is why we have this interstitial screen here. We're gonna hang on to this for a moment. And I'm gonna have to restart the client once again because it just doesn't like downloading maps. I don't know why this is such a problem, but it is. Yosu tournament client still just a like what's that oh gosh, what's his face? Bill Wirtz? Oh nothing, I'm still a piece of garbage. That one? Not oh nothing. Still a piece of garbage. That's like wait, we're just gonna this
Oh,
right
hi,
here.
thanks for checking in. I'm still a piece of garbage.
That just describes the Osu tournament client right there. Deadass, that is the Osu tournament client in a fucking nutshell. We're gonna get back into this one as soon as the client reloads. Get to see Brazil versus Indonesia. Be one sec here while things load in. If Real Cute is still watching, okay, it's already seen my request. And have they already finished? I'm gonna be very sad if they already. Nope, they haven't finished. Okay. So we are going to get to watch Guilherme Boulos on his own, playing in a solo lobby, playing Genesis and Oasis Moonlight Mix, the Crystals Ultra difficulty as the first warm-up for this match. I just need to figure out how to start getting players warm-ups before matches start, because, like, this is actually ass cancer. So, Guilherme Boulos 1v0ing Indonesia. See how he does while we get into this match here. So these teams this week, both victorious in their initial matches. Brazil with the interesting match against Team Germany. They were up 2-0, and Germany just decided to peace out. They forfeited. So Brazil gets a 2-0, basically win by default. Indonesia, for their part, had a very tough match against Estonia. They won that one 6-4. Estonia really surprising people, I think. They looked a lot better in this tournament than I would have ever expected them to. A very solid performance from them, getting the losers back in round 2, but putting up a very good fight. I mean, they took out Finland 6-5, took Indonesia all the way to 6-4, took Sweden to 6-3. Like, that was a better performance from that roster than I would have expected, realistically. So this one is going to be Brazil with Dada, Kanehime, Defans, Desperi, Guilherme Boulos, Kuyo, Tusk, and X-Kirito. And on the other side, Indonesia, Fuma Seafood, F4UZ4N. If somebody wants to, I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that. If anybody knows, please tell me. Kiranagi, Rinsler, Skizor, Sumipe, and Walfred. Really, I mean, a surprising roster to see still alive. They're a very low-ranked team on average. Another one of those D-ranker countries, SMH. But they are still alive, so obviously they're doing something right. I think largely due to Fuma and Walfred. If I had to guess, those are two players who are very, very strong within the rank range. I think this should be a pretty Brazil-favored match, but never be sure until it's over. have Seafood on the wrong side, Tusk and Kuyo on the wrong side as well. This one a little interesting. People just kind of going wherever. I don't know if there's maybe there's extra people in the lobby or something. It is just a warm-up, so not really a big deal. I don't actually know who would win that if you had the players in the right places. MP settings data. MP settings data. What? MP settings data. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Maybe it's just because I haven't had enough sleep. But this is way funnier than it should be. We're just gonna... I'm sorry, real cute. I really think I'm just sleep deprived because I don't think that's actually that funny. But oh well, what are you gonna do? Ooh, nice. Oh, good. It's either a map I already had or it downloaded. I'm not sure which. I think this is a map I already had. Second warm-up coming out from Brazil here. I hope this is short. I'd like to not have this match overlap the next one if possible. Next match, of course, after this is going to be a winner's bracket quarterfinal. Wait, what is this rhythm? My brain hurts listening to this drum beat. All right, into the next warm-up we go. Let's see here. Oh, good. It's only 1:44. God bless. A short one. Should I know who that is? Hoje tem gol do Ribamar. I don't speak Portuguese. If that were Spanish, I might know a little bit. Today has goal from Ribamar. Okay. I'm gonna assume that is a soccer player or football player, and he plays for Vasco da Gama. Okay, all right. That explains a lot. Hence the Club de Regatas Vasco da Gama. MC Nandinho. Oye, tem goldo, Ribamar. I'm aware people don't speak Spanish in Brazil. That's why I said I don't speak Portuguese. If it were Spanish, I would be able to understand it, but of course it's not, because it's Brazil, so it's Portuguese. Ribamar is 23 years old. He is 6 feet tall. Currently on loan to Vasco da Gama from Team Pyramids. 3 goals in 20 appearances. Very young player. I don't know who Pyramids FC, an Egyptian football club based in Cairo. They currently play in the Egyptian Premier League. Did anybody else know that there was an Egyptian Premier League? Because I didn't. And there's a team called Pyramids FC, and like their logo's actually kind of badass. Like, look at this logo and tell me that's not badass. It's a fucking sphinx. They're called Pyramids FC, but for some reason their logo is a sphinx instead of a pyramid. Like, why would you not take the opportunity to make your logo the fucking Great Pyramid or something? What the hell? That doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna look at the Egyptian Premier League to see the other teams. I don't even care about the match anymore. Oh, none of the rest of them are that cool. Pyramids FC is the only one that's like a cool name. The rest are all just like stuff in Arabic, and I obviously don't speak Arabic, so I can't do much with that. Al Masri Sporting Club, El Guna Sporting Club, El Daklaya, El Entag El Harbi, Al Gesh, Al Mokaulun, Al Ittihad. Like that's not nearly as fun. I like Pyramids FC so much more than any of the rest of these names. Bro, they have a stadium in Alexandria that seats 86,000 people. That's pretty big. The 27th largest stadium in the world, the 9th largest football stadium in the world. Although the number one is, oh wait, the largest is the North Korea stadium that I don't think actually gets used for anything except like their weird, like, events that they host in praise of their dictator. Also, AT&T Stadium is on there. I don't know who actually plays at AT&T Stadium. That's where the Cowboys play. I didn't know that was used for a soccer team at all. Unless, I mean, I guess they've played games there, but it's not like a regular usage MLS stadium or anything. So the two biggest association football stadiums aren't really... Wait, why is this an association football stadium, but these are all non-soccer stadiums? Like, there's a Korean stadium that doesn't get used for sports, there's an American football stadium, and there's a cricket stadium. And only then do you actually get to the largest real football stadium, which is Camp Nou in Barcelona. I don't know why I care so much about this, but I'm just looking at the list on Wikipedia, and it's interesting to me how many of these stadiums aren't actually used for football. They're used for American football or other sports. Like MetLife Stadium, which is an American football stadium, or ANZ Stadium in Sydney, which I believe is like a multi-use thing. That's where they had the Olympics in 2000. 200K would be ludicrously large. The largest stadium in the world is the one in Korea, and that's only 150,000. So I think you might be misremembering on that one. I could sort by country here and see though. Czech Republic, Czech Republic, Czech Republic. They don't actually. Oh wait. Yeah, they don't actually have anything on here. All right. Anyway, enough about soccer. I don't think I'm that sleep deprived. I got like 6 hours of sleep last night. I should be fine. So Indonesia selecting second ban first pick. Brazil first banning hidden 3. Saying goodbye to that map. Mushikui psychedelism. Goodbye. See you next time. Maybe you'll get played eventually. You've gotten played in several matches before. You've had your chances. Indonesia banning Nomad 6. No surprise there. Brazil scored a ridiculous, like they had a ridiculous score in that. It was one of the 2 maps that they actually did play against Germany. They put up like 3 million on it, which is actually outrageous. They double FC'd it. Won it by 1.7 million, though I don't know how, you know, the score differences in that match are not really anything to consider. It's more about what the actual scores were than the score differences between the teams. But, the nice thing here for Brazil is that they didn't really have to show much. Wait, it's not my... Why fuck me? Dada? I thought we were friends. It's a cool song. I mean, I know the ending diff spike is kind of hard, but like, it's not my fault that you're just bad. O Vasco cresceu e o moleque joga diferente. Hoje a pegada é só tiro pro gol. Vanderlei me deixando contente. O Vasco cresceu e o moleque joga diferente. Deixando o Thales pertinho do Rossi. Ribamar jogando na frente. Hoje tem gol do Ribamar. Ribamar. 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 Gonna be DT4 as the last ban from Indonesia. Everyone's banning that. Nobody likes 10.3 on this pool. I don't know if that map just sucks or something. bad map? I don't know. I literally haven't seen it played. It's either been banned or ignored. In every match I've streamed, it's been banned or ignored. And the first pick from Indonesia is going to be Hidden 2. So we're going to start off with some low AR. Nice AR8 hidden for the lads, for the boys. In good news, I believe my Sudafed is working, so I'm going to start maybe being able to breathe a little bit. That's going to be nice if it is the case. Ah, that's much better. I love Sudafed. Where would we be without Sudafed? God bless. So Boost-Hound area hidden, mapped by Lucent. Interesting first pick. I don't know that I would have expected this, but it is definitely the type of thing that I think Walfred and Fuma are both pretty good at for Indonesia. Brazil gonna run Guillermo Bulos, Dada, X Kirito, and Tusk. Indonesia with somebody please teach me how to pronounce this dude's name. F4UZ4N. Like, I need to know how to pronounce that because I can't be saying F4UZ4N every time I need to reference him. He'll be joining Walfred, Fuma, and Seafood. Can I just call him Forjan? Forjan? I really don't know what that's intended as. Nobody breaking in the intro except for X Kirito, so it'd be, or excuse me, Forjan, whatever the fuck, and X Kirito. I'm just gonna call him F4 maybe. And X Kirito breaking the intro. 3 FCs to 3. I think it's going to be pretty close here in the beginning stage of this map. Normally we see if anything breaks on kind of some of these aim patterns that are a little trickier. It's all about how good your control aim is with the low AR. Guillermo Bulos is going to be the next to break for Brazil. Advantage Indonesia. 3 FCs, 4 FCs. 3 FCs? 3 FCs. And 1 near FC. To 2 and 1 near FC. Fawzan? Really? Fawzan? Alright, fine. Fawzan. Anyway, Indonesia winning this one pretty handily. Walfred, Fuma, and Seafood all still with the FCs. Only X Kirito with an FC for Brazil, so this one's going to be a little bit one-sided, it looks like, especially as X Kirito finds a break. Seafood breaks for Indonesia, but Walfred and Fuma still holding on just fine. This one's going to be 400,000 or 500,000 points, I think, by the time it's over and done with. And it's going to be a very big win here for Indonesia on their first pick. Over 1 million points. Maybe a little surprised Brazil left that one up. I guess they just felt it was that necessary to ban Hidden 3 No Mod 5. I don't know. I mean, unless that's a massive underperformance from them, but Indonesia with a double FC on Walfred and Fuma and an S rank on I gotta get used to that, because that's just unintuitive to me, even though it's just replacing them with A's. And it's gonna be DT32 as the pick from Brazil. Little did we know that there are 32 DTs. DT32 actually just secretly unlocks his world DT. So Brazil going back to Gate of Steiner. I expect probably, if they win this, I think they're just going to pick DT2 right after. Because their roster is pretty good at this sort of thing. No, why has there not been? I mean, there's Speed Cup, but there's not like DT tournament. Speed Cup is not really DT tournament. I would like to see a DT tournament. It'd be kind of cool. Like where it's not just how good you are at speed, but it's like other aspects of DT as well. Get some old DT maps in there. Some modern AIM DT maps. Stream DT maps. 10.3 maps. Get a little bit of everything. That'd be cool. There's fewer gimmicky tournaments like that than there should be. There's been Hard Rock Cup. There was Hidden Only tournament. Where's DT Cup? Where's Nomad Cup? Marathon Battles, I guess, is kind of the closest thing to tiebreaker tournament. I still like Korum's idea of UR tournament, where the winner is who gets the lowest unstable rate. I think I think that'd be pretty funny. Looks like we are all set here. Guilherme Bulos, Desperi, X-Kirito, and Tusk for Brazil against Kiranagi, Walford, Sumipe, and Fuma for Indonesia. This is the first pick from Brazil. It's the 210 BPM Stream DT map. Sort of thing that I think Brazil should be pretty good at. A couple long streams, the main difficulty in this one, as well as trying to avoid slider breaking on any of the kick slider patterns. And 7 of the 8 players make it through the first long stream, just Kiranagi breaking, so Brazil will have the early combo advantage. The kick sliders and then into the stream. Everybody holds through just fine, so Brazil still with the lead, about 50,000 points in their favor. More FCs to 3 though, so any break could be pretty damaging. Here we go into this next kick slider section. Pretty tricky. You see people breaking or at least dropping slider ends, but everybody holding through this time just fine. And then into this one, X-Kirito with the slider break on the buzz sliders. It's gonna be combo advantage to Indonesia. A third of the map left to go, and Indonesia does take the lead back. Still anybody's game. 3 FCs to 3, but Kiranagi with the big combo lead over X-Kirito, making the difference right now for Indonesia. Kiranagi with another break. Combo advantage back over to Brazil, and they're going to take the score lead as well. Accuracy relatively close between the two teams. This one is going to come down to the wire. That last stream. Oh, X-Kirito finds another break. Who's going to make it through this whole last stream? Oh, Desperi and Kirito both break. Indonesia takes it in the last second. Brazil just having a little trouble with that ending stream. And it was enough for Indonesia with the Walford Fuma double FC. A little bit stronger than Guilherme Bulos and Tusk because of the Kiranagi and Sumipe scores. Actually, is that even right? I want to look at these scores. So it's 59,000 points. How did that happen? I guess X-Kirito just tanked his score. 536k versus Kiranagi with 629k. So despite Desperi having a higher score than Sumipe, it was really just that difference between X-Kirito and Kiranagi. Honestly, that was the tournament client being better on DT than it normally is. Wait till we see Sanagi. I think I fixed Sanagi, but I'm not positive. 2-0 now, Indonesia with the early break point. See if they can go ahead and consolidate it. My phone is just missing its like top bar. Just not like the notification bar is just not there at all. I'm a little concerned. I've never seen this before. Okay, it's back. We're good. That was really weird. Anyway, second pick here from Indonesia is going to be Nomad 3, the consistency-based fastest crash. Interesting when they go from the AR8 hidden to the 210 BPM consistency pick. We've seen this pick, I think, quite a bit, really. It's all about who can be the most consistent over 4 minutes of map that throws a lot of different things at you. It's got some aim, it's got some burst, it's got some slider aim, a couple of streams. Relatively tricky just to maintain throughout the entire map because it's so long, because it does have so much combo. Gotta keep your composure and concentration for a long time. This one, almost 2,000 combos, 1900 combo plus. Looks like maybe a little Bancho trouble. Indonesia having a hard time getting their last player into the lobby. Skitzor looks like he'll be coming in. I believe that should get everything set. Bulos defines Kanehime Dada for Brazil. Skitzor Walfred Seafood Fuma for Indonesia. Skitzor, a player that I'm really not at all familiar with. He is ready to go now, so we should be able to get started here on map number 3. Indonesia up a break point already. They'll look to consolidate it, see if they can take that 3-0 lead. We've seen a lot of very good plays on this map. We'll get some more in this match. We're watching Walfred Fuma, Kanehime. Has been a carry player for Brazil, so see if they can get on his back in his backpack once again. Seafood with the early break for Indonesia, just in the intro though. Less than 100 combo into a 1900 combo map. Skitzor gonna break as well, so it's 2 misses for Indonesia before we've even gotten out of the intro. Not really, as I just said, not really the end of the world with this being so long. It's suboptimal, but it's not game-breaking, not world-ending, it's not death. Seafood breaking again, gonna match Defon's 1 breaks there. Skitzor breaking as well, once again. Still just 3 FCs to 2, and it's, you know, not even 100k score in as of yet, so not the end of the world. As long as those two can kind of settle down a little bit. Indonesia won't be in too bad a spot. To get into the map proper, Skitsor still having trouble. Gonna start being a problem. Spawn about 60,000 points behind the others. Seafood as well. Those two just not having a good time. I don't know what's going on here. It's gonna be a break for Akane Hime though, so Brazil now down to 2 FCs against the 2 of Indonesia, but wow, okay. Brazil down to 2 FCs and no combo behind them. Indonesia with 2 FCs with a little bit more combo behind them. Still not much though. 60,000 point lead in favor of Brazil. Walfred and Fuma against Dada and Guilherme Bulos. Into the first slider aim section here. More techie. Walfred and Fuma still looking very good. So are Dada and Guilherme Bulos. Other players beginning to build their combos back up. Though Skitsor and Seafood both finding another couple breaks. Those two really having a bad time on this map. They're at about half the score. Walfred and Guilherme Bulos may be trading breaks. I'm not sure. Looks like Guilherme Bulos' was a real break. Walfred's first break wasn't, but then he did break for real right after, and Skitsor breaking once again. So it is Dada versus Fuma, the only FCs, but Defons and Akane Hime with much more combo backing up Brazil, whereas Indonesia really doesn't have a lot of combo. All 3 players under 200 combo other than Fuma. Do expect Indonesia to kind of be the Fuma show. Oh, but there's a break from Dada. This is still close enough that Fuma's FC will bring it back. Defons and Akane Hime gonna do what they can. No, not anymore. Defon's gonna break as well. Wait, what is Brazil doing? Skitsor breaks once again. I mean, this is just an int fest. This is probably one of the most, I don't want to say poor, but it's like the worst performance we've really seen from anybody on this map, both these two teams. Lead's gonna flicker on over to Indonesia as Akane Hime has the only real combo for Brazil. Meanwhile, Fuma still with the FC and Walfred backing him up just under 500 combo. Seafood and Skitsor are just not having a good time. This is gonna stay pretty close. If Fuma can hold on, I think it's enough for Indonesia because he and Walfred are carrying more combo than Brazil. If Fuma and or Walfred both break at the end here, it could get interesting, but Indonesia with a small lead still of about 40,000 points. This is going to be a last-second gasp here. Oh! Well, it's over. Guilherme Bulos, Akane Hime, and Dada all just missed. Fuma does break on the slider stream, but it just doesn't matter. Walfred held on, and there's not much combo on Brazil. So, Indonesia, they're going to consolidate the break point. That is a 3-0 lead. That was like, I don't know. Those were the worst scores really across the board that I've seen on that map from anybody. Other than Fuma and Walfred, really not much redeeming about that one. Most teams have looked a lot better on that map than these two did. Skitsor and Seafood both unable to even cross the 400k mark, but they did get bailed out by Walfred and Fuma, fortunately. And Dada goes from DT 32 to Hard Rock 23. He's really expanding this pool today. Hard Rock 2 is the pick for Brazil. So that is Proud Dust. Dada picking his own map and then not playing it. CS 6.5 Hard Rock map, 190 BPM, 2 minutes 47 seconds long. Linear flow aim, the name of the game on this one. And this is an important map already. I mean, we're only on the 4th map of the match, but Brazil down the early 3-0. All the momentum in favor of Indonesia. And Brazil has not looked super great. I mean, Gate of Steiner, they looked fine, right? It was 3 players over 1,000,000 points. Just like Kirito throwing things off, but 1,000,000 points on Boozehound for Indonesia. And then really just, not that they lost it by a lot, but they didn't look good on Fastest Crash. I mean, nobody able to go over 600k. Not a great look for that map. So Brazil's really got to figure it out here. Today's all about the underdogs. With South Korea victorious over the United States, we had Taiwan over the United Kingdom. Indonesia looking to continue the upset trend. That'd be the last probably likely upset we'd see today, with the remaining matchups being, and this isn't even really an upset, it's 12 versus 13. I mean, that's as close a matchup as you can have. The remaining matchups being Netherlands over and Russia. Technically, that would be an upset if Russia wins, 5 versus 4, and then France versus Norway, 11 versus 19. I mean, 2 of these matches are 1 seed apart, so really not a big upset if the lower seeded team wins. And it looks like we are set to go here on Proud Dust. Gillerbulos, Defans, Akanehime, and Tusk taking on Rinsler, Sumipe, Kiranagi, and Fuma. And I am going to venture so far as to say that Brazil needs this point. If they lose this, they're down 4-0, 2 break points, and things just get really sketchy from there. Similarly to how things went for the United Kingdom, you fall behind that far, and it's just tough to make a comeback no matter what. This is an important point, I think, for them. Akanehime with the early break. Kiranagi with the early break as well, though, for Indonesia. Not even 200 combo in as of yet. So it's 3-way versus 3-way. Combo advantage in favor of Brazil. Accuracy relatively even. Score is going to flicker just a bit back and forth here to build up some more combo. Oh, that's 3 breaks from Indonesia. That's good for Brazil. Sumipe, Fuma, and Kiranagi all missing. Brazil holding across the board. That's going to help them out quite a bit. That's going to be quite the combo lead now. Only about 1/3 of the way in, so there is still a lot of map to come. Plenty of places to miss on these difficult linear 6.5 patterns. Tricky precision aim. Sumipe, Fuma, Kiranagi all struggling a bit here. Rinsler still holding on, but Brazil looking a lot stronger on this map than they have on some of the previous ones. Gillerbulos, Defans, and Tusk all with the FCs still alive halfway through. 99.6 AC for Defans, Tusk just over 99 as well as Akanehime. Brazil looking much better on this map. Defans does break his FC, but still Tusk and Gillerbulos keeping on. And that's what Brazil needed. About a 500,000 point lead. There's the break from Rinsler. 1/3 of the map still to go, but I think this one is already over. A lot of players just straight up not having a good time here. So a good pick here from Brazil, I think. Indonesia just outclassed on this map. Brazil does find another couple of breaks near the end, so it's not going to be quite as one-sided as it could have been otherwise. We were looking at maybe a 1+ million point lead for Brazil, but it is still going to be a pretty handy win. 800, 900,000 points, somewhere in that vicinity. Indonesia just not able to play this really at all, unfortunately. Rinsler with a decent score, but the others just left in the absolute dust. And Tusk looks like he will be able to close out most likely an FC here, as long as he doesn't break on the ending. So that's good for Brazil. He does break on the ending. Man, I'm sorry. Unlucky. And it does end up being just under a 1 million point final victory for Brazil on that one. 942k. That was what Brazil needed. Start to turn things around here a little bit. 3-1 now the score. Next pick's Indonesia, but Brazil on the board. They'll settle down a little bit after the first couple of maps did not go super well for them. Get their own very one-sided win on a pick. Set it back over Indonesia. What will the next pick be here from Indonesia? Two very different picks to start things off from them, with the Air 8 hidden into the higher BPM Nomad. So impossible to predict based on that where they're going to go next. Would it be something like Free Mod 2? Would it be maybe just another Nomad? We've seen teams really, some teams just opting into this Nomad pool very heavily. Instead, it's going to be something completely different. They're going to go to the DT pool. It's going to be DT number 2. And I maybe am curious about this one a little bit. Not Gate of Steiner, excuse me. Darkish. I think this is the sort of thing that Brazil is probably pretty good at. A little Eurobeat first stream map for you. .247 BPM, first streamy DT pick. Almost 3 minutes long, so it does require some stamina and some consistency, as well as the raw speed needed to play it. Got 4 players on either side. You have X-Kirito, Kuyo, Desperi, and Tusk taking on Kirinagi, Sumipe, Walford, and Fuma. Indonesia looking to maintain their breakpoint advantage here after Brazil gets on the board for the first time with their second pick. 3-1 their lead. Will still feel pretty good if they win this map. But we'll get to find out here shortly, as we are getting into it now. Brazil wins this, they get the break point back, have the opportunity to level a match out. That's where things become very interesting if they win this break point. This is it's another one of those maps that most of the teams tend to do pretty well on, but accuracy sometimes at a bit of a premium. You see a Kuyo at 83%, Sumipe at 84% on that intro. Not the greatest. Meanwhile, Fuma, of course, SSing, because that's what Fuma does. It's just really good and stuff. No breaks yet, and the players have a chance to try to bring some of that accuracy back up. Walford with first miss for Indonesia, who do still have the SS on Fuma, the accuracy advantage somewhat in their favor. A couple 98s, though, for Brazil means that they'll be able to take that lead right on over. Into the first key I will go. How long can Fuma hold on to this SS? Because that's pretty ridiculous accuracy so far. Well, that's how long. Right there. Exactly that moment. Still the 4-way full combo for Brazil, so they do still have this score lead. And Sumipe with the second break for Indonesia. Question mark. Not sure about what happened there. Kirinagi and Fuma still holding on to their FCs, but Brazil in the driver's seat. 4 FCs to only 2. Combo from Walford not looking too bad, though. Was a pretty early break. Still no further breaks. Into the tricky section here in the bridge. Tusk and Sumipe going to trade breaks. Not the worst for Brazil. Still have 3 FCs intact. Kirinagi and Fuma, though, still have the FCs for Indonesia, and it is only a 160,000 point lead for Brazil. And there's a lot of scores still on the board. A lot of the points in this map are wrapped up in the last quarter. Indonesia with actually not a break, so it is a lot of actually a combo lead for Indonesia. They can bring this one back, I believe, now. Q with a break as well for Brazil. The lead goes over to Indonesia. Uh-oh for Brazil here. Not the greatest of moments. Desperry breaking as well near the end. That's what happens. You can't break in the last Ki here. There's so much score there. There's so much score in that last Ki. If you break there, you just don't win the map. Kirito still with the FC, but Kiranagi and Fuma double FCing for Indonesia, and Walford just with a very early miss. And that is a really good score from Indonesia. Gonna end up at 4 million points and a 4-1 lead now for them. Yeah, you simply cannot miss in the last Ki because you instantly lose the map if you miss and the other team hits. I mean, you look at what happened to Kyo Tusk, as well as Kirito did have the FC, but Desperry not the greatest. You know, all three of those players under 800k, and they had combos, you know, up to the last, what, 300-400 combo of the map. But you lose a lot of score in that ending if you don't FC it. And Indonesia taking full advantage for a 4-1 lead, looking really strong in this match. And Brazil gonna continue to lean into Hard Rock Pool. Worked out for them on their last pick with the victory on Proud Dust. Indonesia did not look super comfortable on the small circle linear flow aim map, so Brazil hoping that that'll hold true for Asian Distractive, which also has some pretty small circles. Yeah, I remind you. We'll see some player changes here. That's going to require some moving around in the lobby. It's like Kanehime, Defans, and Tusk for Brazil, plus Guilherme Bulos, it would seem. Indonesia with Seafood, Fuma, Skitsor needs to be moved over to the correct slot here, so Guilherme Bulos can join his team. Boy, that dude just is not with it, is he? He's done this on every map he's been in on. Somebody maybe just manually move him. Like, he just joins the lobby and then doesn't pay attention. I don't know. MP move? MP move? Can we get an MP move? There we go. So it's gonna be Kanehime, Guilherme Bulos, Defans, and Tusk against Seafood, Rinsler, Skitsor, and Fuma. Switching it up a bit from the 6.5 roster for Indonesia. Brazil is running back their same Hard Rock roster as before. And we'll go into Asian Distractive, some more small circles, tricky aim, some quick little 1/6 quad bursts as well. Plenty of places to trip up on. We are underway. Other than Skitsor. There he is. Upper early breaks, Tusk and Skitsor, as well as Rinsler. Nobulos, Kanehime, Defans, doing their thing again here for Brazil. And I think we maybe have found the skill set that Indonesia is just not very good at. Seafood and Skitsor are having a lot of trouble with that intro. A lot of maps still to come, but Rinsler breaking as well. Like, can Indonesia just not play Hard Rock? Maybe that's the thing? What? Wait, what? Kanehime, Guilherme Bulos, Skitsor, and Seafood, as well as Rinsler, all just broke on the same note. There's Puma with the FC for Indonesia against Defans with the FC for Brazil. Tusk with a backing combo. Brazil already up by almost 300,000 points, and we're well, almost halfway through already since this is such a short map, but not a lot of combo in. So, like, Indonesia just not the small circle team, I guess? This one's gonna be all Brazil all the time. It's a back-to-back Hard Rock that they are gonna win by pretty strong margins. I mean, they won Proud Dust by 942k, and they're gonna win this by about the same, if not more. Yeah, a couple breaks at the end from Indonesia. Defans with the FC here. Gillian Bulos with a not a great score, but Tusk with really Defans and Tusk just carrying this one. I think that's actually a 2v4. That is in fact a 2v4 for Defans and Tusk for Brazil, and that'll get their second point on the board. Very strong performance there from Defans. Really good play from him. That is a 1.1 million point victory for Brazil, so 2 Hard Rocks going their way. Still no break points for Brazil, so they do still have this deficit, but some maps on the board, finding a couple of very comfortable wins on those Hard Rock maps. And Indonesia now will have excuse me, their 4th pick, second to last pick for them of this match, no matter what happens. Brazil still yet to find a break point to try and level the match out. Both teams looking very strong on their own maps. Be commanding victories for the last 3 maps in a row for each team. The fastest crash was pretty close, as was Gate of Steiner, but teams definitely strong in their niche picks for themselves. And Indonesia is going to stick in the DT pool here. Back-to-back DT picks for them. It is Sanagi, Delis is Insane, just under 3-minute long, 240 BPM consistency DT pick. Got some bursts, got some streams, got some aim, got some squares that are really easy to miss. And I did go in and delete the storyboard and background elements for background effect elements for this map, so hopefully it won't lag quite so badly. I recalled that being an issue with some maps in the past, and that tends to solve it, so hopefully it'll do the same thing here. And if not, then it's just impossible. Again, running into a DT Delis pick. Indonesia looked quite good on Darkish and on Gate of Steiner. Will they look equally good on Sanagi? This is another, I mean, it starts to be big, you know, when you get to that 4-1, you're 1 point away from the match point. Brazil, you're 1 point away from going match point down. Stress can get you a little bit if you're not careful. especially when it's all about getting to the squares and then hitting the squares. It looks like Desperi is back in. And it looks like we are all set. It's going to be a Kanehime, Desperi, X Kirito, Tusk against Seafood, Kiranagi, Walfred, and Fuma for Indonesia. Indonesia still does have the breakpoint advantage. We'll see if Brazil can make that evaporate. And I think that the change that I made did fix this map, so we might not have quite as bad of a slideshow mode this time around. Even if you know, I wish there was a DL no storyboard mode. I know there's obviously the no video mode, but no storyboard would be nice as well. Storyboards, as cool as they are really bad in the tournament client. It's not many people play with storyboard anyway. 8FC is into the first Ki. Kiranagi is going to be the first to break, followed up immediately by Fuma, so Brazil will take the advantage. Kanehime, though, going to be their first to miss. 3FC's to 2, though, so Brazil will have a small advantage. Kanehime having a little bit of trouble there. Kanehime having a lot of trouble, in fact, down to 96% accuracy, missing multiple times back to back to back. Fortunately for Brazil, Indonesia did suffer the double break, but Kanehime's score is about 100,000 points behind now. Brazil, though, still in the lead by about 100,000 points. As long as they maintain the triple FC, they'll be all right. And into the second Ki we're going to go. Don't tend to see a ton of breaks. It's just going to come down to those squares, it looks like, just as always. It seems to be the typical trend for this map. All about the squares. 3FC's Brazil, 2FC's Indonesia. Two big combos for Indonesia, and Kanehime recovering pretty well. Not anymore. He does find another break. And into the squares, Desperi, Seafood, Kiranagi, Walfred, all missing. That's, I think that's it. Tusk and X Kirito both hit the squares, and only Fuma hit the squares for Indonesia, and he was one of the players that had already missed. So, I think that's probably going to do it. Brazil now up by 300,000 points. The double FC still intact on X Kirito and on Tusk. Well, lads, we've got ourselves a match. This is going to be, I think, the break point here, unless something really sad happens to Brazil in the last chorus. X Kirito breaks, but so do Walfred and Kiranagi. Tusk holding on to the FC. That's all that really matters, especially with the break from Fuma. It is now over for sure. Brazil going to win this one by, it looks like, at least 500k. And that means that we are going to be leveled out on break points. Brazil will have their next pick, and they will have the opportunity to tie things up at 4-4. A very good play from Brazil. You know, all it takes is really just two people hitting that square pattern. And there it is. Tusk with the FC. Very good play from him. 98.62 AC as well. Carrying Brazil to an 800k victory on that pick from Indonesia. So the break point is finally back for Brazil. 4-3 now the score, but their own pick to tie it up at 4 apiece. That was very important for them to get that pick. All right. So if you're Brazil, You picked Proud Dust and won it by a lot. You picked Agent Distractive and won it by a lot. Do you go Grenade? Is that risk worth it? Because that map is freaking hard. I don't know that you go Grenade, personally. I don't know that staying in the Hard Rock pool is worth it at this point. I think, God, I almost wonder if Fremont 3 would be like an option. I feel like we've barely seen that map at all. Oh, they are going Grenade. Okay. Brazil going Hard Rock, Hard Rock, Hard Rock. Actually, Hard Rock's abusers. This is going to start to be problematic. This match is going a little long, but hopefully maybe Netherlands versus Russia can delay their start a little bit here. Don't want to miss any of that match coming up right after this one ends. So Grenade has shown itself to be probably the most difficult map in this pool. And it has been a map where it's been like one player carrying every time, and it's resulted in some very close matchups. See if that happens once again. It's very long, right? 4 minutes and 9 seconds. There's a ton of combo to be had in this one. And the fact that Hallow Watcher has like a 99.55 AC hidden Hard Rock FC on this is actually so insane. Such a cool play. Yeah. Almost 2,000 combo. 1,981 combo in this map. Very long, it's very difficult. It's got a lot of places to break. Plenty of awkward patterns and tough rhythms. Here we go. Kanahime, Giller, Bulos, Stefans, and Tusk against Rinsler, Sumipe, Walford, and Fuma for Indonesia. Brazil looking to tie this up for literally the first time since it was 0-0 at the very beginning of the match. They have trailed the entire match. This is their opportunity to get it back to a level playing field into the last picks of the match. Got a long map ahead of them to try to do that on. Giller and Bulos will suffer the early break, but with this being almost 2K combo and with there being breaks possible just about anywhere, we're not going to worry about much until it gets very late in this. The way things have gone, it's been so back and forth every time it's been played. It's been so close every time it's been played. Couple early breaks from Indonesia on Rinsler and Fuma. Brazil will take a little bit of advantage here as long as they can keep those three full combos up. Only 9,000 points different at the first break. You can see, we've yet to even reach really much past 100K. Brazil takes the lead. Quarter of the way through the map. Into the build-up here. Things get intense and stay intense on this pick. You never really have a chance to breathe at all. And we see several breaks on that longer stream. Kanahime, Giller, and Bulos, Rinsler, and Fuma all missing. It's Stefans and Tusk against Sumipe and Walfred. Make that Tusk against Walfred. Make that Tusk against the world. Everyone breaking. Tusk holding on. He is trying to be the hero here for Brazil today. Playing absolutely out of his mind right now. Working his way up to an 850 plus combo before finally breaking on the space stream. It is basically a full combo reset though. The only combo anywhere in the lobby is Stefans with 230. Brazil's gonna hold on to this lead for now. 150,000 points, their advantage. to another stream. It's a break from Rinsler for Indonesia. They're going to get a chance to look at the score. Brazil will see their 180,000 points to the good halfway through the pick. Defon's got to keep his nerve here. This is a tough spot to be in. You're holding the big combo for your squad. Guillermo Bullis and Tusk are backing him up pretty well, though. Sumepe, Walfred, and Fuma a bit behind. Brazil's advantage safe for the moment. Will not stay that way, because there are plenty of places to break. We're going to come into about the last quarter of the map. Brazil still holding on to that 200,000 point lead. Tusk and Rinsler trade breaks. Oh, Kanehime, Guillermo Bullos, and Sumepe appear to all miss. We'll see if that is the case, or if it was Bancho. Sumepe did not break. Rinsler and Walfred and Guillermo Bullos all do, though, as Sumepe as well. It is Defons still with the 790 combo against Fuma's 540. That's going to be enough for Brazil to keep it. It's a full combo reset for Indonesia. That's going to end the map right there, I'm pretty sure. Defons with the 880 combo, and Indonesia with nothing. It is going to be Brazil winning all 3 Hard Rock picks back to back to back in their own selections. They're going to be tying the match up with this victory. It'll be 4-4. Last picks to come from each team after this. Again, a player just deciding to come up and be the hero on this pick. Defons with a monster score. Going to be 1100 plus combo. And it's going to be the carry score for the Brazilian roster on this map. They're going to win this one by 400,000 points. Very, very impressive stuff from Defons. It really just seems like every time we've seen this map played, something like that has happened, where the difference has been one player playing just lights out Osu, carrying their team to a victory on the point. Defons with the S rank, 1274 combo, absolutely ridiculous, 707k. And looking at the scores around the rest of the lobby, I mean, with Brazil winning that by 440k, that was a big part of why. He goes down to the average 400k. That's a lot different. Now it's about 100k score. So that was a huge, monstrous play from Defons to tie it up for Brazil, 4-4. We will go into the last 2 picks of the match. Alt square. Indonesia, with their last pick, are going to quickly select Nomad 2 as their 5th and final pick of this match. Last pick, they suffered their first break point. Now they've got to win this one to avoid giving Brazil a match point on their own selection. I once again just like have my headphones on and hear a noise that I think is somebody coming into the house. I feel like this just keeps happening. Is this the commentator curse IRL? You have your headphones on, you have a hard time being able to pay attention to the real world around you, and you just think like somebody's coming in. Audio hallucinations. Anyway, it's going to be Happy Summer Vacation, the long version. We have only seen this map really once or twice. It's not been a very popular pick, so this is an interesting one to see as the last selection for Indonesia. Very important point in the match, though. 4-4. Winner of this one gets a match point to take into the last map. No, my headphones are open back. I just have loud audio on. Either Brazil will try to close the match out on their own pick, or Indonesia will try to break point to win. There's a guaranteed match point to come after this map. Just a matter of who it's going to be. And I really don't know which of these teams is favored on a stream map at all. Indonesia did win Nomad 3, which has some streams in it, but not like it's a stream map. Air quotes, stream map. This is, again, a pretty lengthy one. 3 minutes and 22 seconds, a lot of time. These maps in this pool are just very, very long. And 8 FCs through the intro. Uma with 96 accuracy. Did he actually break? He must have maybe actually broken, huh? Nope, he just has bad ac. So Brazil will have a little bit of a lead just based on accuracy, but a lot of maps still. Kuranagi immediately breaks on the aim section. You never want to break on the aim on the stream map, but Kirito comes back with a break for Brazil, so that's going to be leveled out. Those two trade a couple more breaks, but there goes Desperi for Brazil. Seafood and Fuma both breaking for Indonesia. So it is Dada and Tusk, a 2v0 now, as everyone from Indonesia breaks. It's a full combo reset. Dada and Tusk holding strong here for Brazil. They're going to run out to a big lead here. Indonesia just struggling on these very difficult space streams. Tough to aim them. Tapping them might not be the worst, but the aim is difficult. Dada with an aim miss. No, the aim miss on the stream map. It's cursed, dude. Tusk, though, still with the FC intact for Brazil. He's going to be the big carry here now, once again. Walfred Seafood breaking again, but Fuma and Kuranagi have some combo coming back in the Indonesian favor, so it's going to be interesting, but those guys both at 94% AC. Meanwhile, Tusk, 98.83%, FC still alive, just a third of the map to go. Dada with very good accuracy, just the one break. If Tusk can hold on just a bit longer, Brazil should be able to win this one. It's 300,000 points in the lead for them. But Fuma and Kuranagi have some combo that Brazil needs to keep in mind. They can't be thinking about it too much, but they know it's there. They got to do everything they can to hold on to the last second. Kuranagi and Fuma both break. I think that's going to do it. Tusk is just on a rampage here for Brazil, and he's going to carry this one, especially with Kirito and Desperi backing him up. No combo for Indonesia to speak of. And this is going to be Brazil winning another break point, and they'll have a match point in their favor on their own map. Just the outro to come. And what in the world is Tusk doing, man? Finally with a slider break near the end, but he is more than done enough at this point. This very tricky ending is really not going to matter much. Kirito with a near 800 combo just to add a little insurance policy for Brazil. And they're going to win this one by about 700,000+ points. Very, very impressive play from Tusk and a great backing score from his teammates to help out. Nobody from Indonesia having too great a time on that one. And Brazil takes the point, and with it, they bring a match point to the table on their own pick. That map really is just high-key intable, as we saw. Dada with a nice 444-0-0-0, very aesthetic, but it's really all about Tusk. 787k, almost 788k. Best score in the lobby by a huge margin. Nobody from Indonesia even over 400k. So now it is stream client lag. Okay, it is Brazil's final pick. It is the final pick of the match. Please pick something short. Please. They picked all 3 Hard Rocks. They won all 3 of them. Is there a Hard Rock favored free mod that they can opt into? Will it maybe be a Nomad? We've got Nomad 1, Nomad 4 still up. Hidden 1. I don't think it's Hidden 1. All 3 free mods. Nobody liking this free mod pool too much. I don't think you go Tokyo Starlight. I don't know that you go... I think maybe Hibiscus. To be honest, maybe Hibiscus. If they have a player who's comfortable with that, with the AR8 Hidden, I could see Hibiscus being a pick because Indonesia did not look comfortable with small circles at all, and that is the CS5 AR8 map. I could see that as the pick here from Brazil. Can't Hide Your Love really has been almost completely ignored in this round. Almost, like, barely anyone picking it at all. This might be the Hibiscus angle. As it looks like we are waiting to get started on the Netherlands-Russia match. They're hanging out in the lobby, I think. Yep, sorry guys, this match is just going really long. Hour and a half almost into it now. Maybe if this pool wasn't so long, I guess. Brazil taking their time on this last pick. I understand that. I want to make sure it's the most optimal selection here. I don't know that you go Days. I don't think you go aim map here, so I don't know that you go Days or Goku Raku Johto. I mean, you could risk Entelekia, depending on how you feel about that. Really been an unpopular hidden map. Otherwise, you're going into free mod. They pick free mod 3. I don't. They have a timer up. I need to see timers on that. I need to see. I don't know if there was a timer running that was counting down. If there was not a timer running down, we really just have to give Brazil that pick. They did select free mod 3 at like the last second. Okay. Oh, that's a really big screenshot. Yeah, I mean, they were. Yeah, that one's Brazil. So it is going to be free mod 3. It's going to be Can't Hide Your Love, Cola Kid. Russia and Netherlands are into their match. I was hoping to avoid missing any of that, but this one just taking its sweet time. This is the Delis Extra Diff Can't Hide Your Love. 5.91 stars, no mod hidden. 6.23 stars, hard rock. 200 BPM, 2 minutes and 33 seconds. Lots of very controlled, kind of some bursts and such as well. A little bit of a tricky little map. And the GLHF's coming out. Brazil looking to close this match out on their own pick. Indonesia looking to send it to a tiebreaker. But if it goes to a tiebreaker, we're gonna miss like the first 4 maps of the Netherlands-Russia match because that tiebreaker is so long. I guess worth. And here we go. X-Kirito hidden, Tusk hidden hard rock, Dada and Defan's no mod for Brazil. Walfred hidden Fuma hard rock, Kiranagi and seafood no mod for Indonesia. Oh, or are all the marbles here for Brazil, looking to close it out and advance onward in the bracket. Indonesia, as I said, see if they can take this to a tiebreaker. No pressure or anything though. Walfred is going to be the first to break. On the Indonesia side, Brazil will have a small early lead. So much at stake here. A lot of pressure, a lot of nerves. X-Kirito the first to break for Brazil. So that's both hidden FCs gone, and Walfred has built some combo back up already because this is such a note-dense map. Score gap is going to come down relatively quickly if Indonesia doesn't find any more breaks. They do. It's Fuma with the next miss for Indonesia. 3 FCs to 2 in favor of Brazil. Defan's, though, missing for Brazil. And X-Kirito once again. 2 FCs to 2, but combo advantage in favor of Indonesia now. Walfred had almost 400 combo. No, there goes Kiranagi. One of the no-bot FCs now gone for Indonesia. Dada and Tusk still carrying on for Brazil. And it is very, very close here. About 70,000 points all that separate the teams. Halfway through. A little bit of free combo here. Backup combos been in favor of Indonesia, but Brazil has the 2FC's advantage. Into the last third of the map we're gonna go. There goes Seafood. There are no FCs left on Indonesia. That's really big for Brazil. If Dada and Tusk can just hold on. It's a 200,000 point lead. There go Kiranagi and Seafood and Walford and Fuma. It's a full combo reset for Indonesia. I believe Brazil just won the map and the match. Tusk still with the hidden Hard Rock FC and X Kirito with the 500 combo backing him up. This is going to be Brazil taking home the victory. Tusk, man, what is he on today? This is an outrageous performance. Finally breaks right near the end, but he did more than enough. It is going to be Brazil. Almost a 600,000 point victory by the time this one is done. And it is going to be a 6-4 final score. Brazil just coming back in this one, looking so strong. Those Hard Rock picks really changed the course of the match once Brazil realized that Indonesia was weaker on that mod. And they are able to close it out with a victory on their own selection, Free Mod 3, proving the difference maker. And Brazil, 6-4, advances onward in the losers bracket. They have a match next week against Poland. We've got some good losers bracket matches coming next week, man. That's going to be a great one. Indonesia are eliminated from the tournament, but a great performance from them getting this far, taking down a couple of pretty solid rosters. They had a tough match against Estonia, and in yesterday's losers bracket round 2, Brazil just too strong. Incredible carry performances from Tusk, and Brazil are your victor, 6-4. They will stay alive another week.